Hey everybody, this is Natalie Wheeler with thenewrawyou.com, and I'm going to make marinated collard greens. You're thinking these are raw, and usually they're not very appetizing raw, so we are going to make them appetizing. We're going to make them good. So I'm going to take 3 chives, or green onions, however you want to call them, and I'm going to coat them up and put them in the bowl. And I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of Bragg's apple cider vinegar. A little glary, sorry about that. I'm going to add, let's see, what do I want? I'm going to use some Mrs. Dash. I really like the way that the flavor actually gives to the greens. And then I'm going to add some spicy, extra spicy Mrs. Dash. That gives it a really nice kick. And then I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper-ish. I don't really do a lot of measuring when it comes to raw food. It kind of makes it really easy. So I'm going to set that aside, and then I'm going to take my collard greens, and they have really thick stems here on the end. I'm just going to cut that off, and I can juice that later or put them in the compost pile. Don't really do much with them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to roll it up. Pretty much like a big, giant cigar. You see? So then I'm going to cut it into really thin strips. I'm not sure if you can see that from there, but I'm cutting it pretty thin. And I'm just going to do that with the whole thing. If you have a really, really big bunch, you can make several little cigar rolls. And this, at the very end, is not rolling very well, so I'm going to re-roll that. Get it all nice and done. Then I have this big pile of basically shredded collard greens. Stick them all in the bowl. And I did forget, I'm not sure what happened to it, that's probably why I forgot it. There it is. I lost my garlic piece. I got thrown in with everything else. I do want to put it in there, but I want to actually like take the skin off. That's kind of gross. So I'm going to crush it and put it into the apple cider vinegar mix as well. I'm going to let that sit off to the side. Get all the garlic I possibly can. It's very detoxifying and very good. So what I'm going to do now is I have all my collard greens in a bowl, and I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of pink Himalayan salt, which has all of its vitamins and minerals still intact, so that's ideal. That's not going to kill you like table salt will. And then I'm going to take about 1/8 of a cup or so of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. I kind of eyeball it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to massage it. And this is actually quite fun to do if you've never done it before. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start working in the olive oil and the salt. And what that does is it actually breaks it down and gives it more of a cooked type consistency, believe it or not. You have to really kind of work at it, but you can just see how it's already starting to wilt. It gets nice and shiny. And it also reduces down a lot more. You can tell just by that little bit how much it reduces down. And that should be good. And you can, if you look on the back side, let me get a really good example of one. You can see on the edges, maybe. Get it up kind of close. You can see around the edges that it's starting to break down and get kind of green. If it can get green. But that just means that you're really breaking it down and doing what you're supposed to be doing with it. So then I'm going to take my apple cider vinegar marinade and I'm going to add it to the collard greens, and it smells amazing. And I'm just going to mix this up. Part of the fun with making foods this way and not cooking them is you really get to play with your food. You're always told as a child not to play with your food. Well, as an adult, you can play with your food. So that's okay. This is the finished product for right now. It smells absolutely delicious, and I'm going to put it in the fridge for about 4 hours to overnight. Since it's nighttime now, I'm going to eat it probably for lunch tomorrow. So, which is great because you can make it really fast the night before, take it to work with you, and have your salad ready to go. So, but that's it. So I hope you guys have a great day.